Poliomyelitis by Andrew Yuen
and Connor Heath.
Etiology. Polio is a virus and it can contaminate food and water, and it can also be transmitted orally and through a person's poop. And once it's in the body, it takes 3 to 35 days to develop. But the polio vaccine has eradicated, or mostly eradicated, polio around the world. But it still occasionally pops up in Africa and other third world countries.
Here are the signs and symptoms. Fatigue, lightheadedness, fever, muscle weakness, muscle atrophy, muscle quiver, and headaches from meningitis, nausea, stunted muscle growth, paralysis, and trouble breathing.
Here are the treatments. You can take a vaccine to prevent yourself from getting polio in the first place, and the vaccine nowadays is pretty much 99% effective. Polio rarely ever shows up, but if you do get it, you could have some care, and you could stay in bed and have a nice warm bowl of soup. And while you're in there, you could take some medication. You could take an anti-inflammatory, such as an aspirin or ibuprofen like Advil, or you could take an analgesic, which is such as like Tylenol. And also, because polio damages or paralyzes your muscles, once they're no longer paralyzed, you will need some muscle therapy because you need to strengthen those muscles again. And the only real way for you to fight polio is through your immune system. So if you have some immunosuppressive drugs, you're going to have a problem. And there's really no real cure for polio. It's just you can suppress the effects and your body kills the virus.
Prognosis. Muscle weakness only occurs in 0.5% of cases. 25% have minor symptoms such as fever, sore throat, and headache. 70% have no symptoms at all. Patients with no symptoms recover completely. Permanent paralysis depends on where you are affected. Spinal cord, the function will return in 4 to 6 weeks, and your respiratory system can also be affected. Prognosis continued. Most result in temporary paralysis. Nerve impulses return in a month, and full recovery usually occurs within 6 to 8 months. 25 to 50% get post-polio syndrome later in life. Then they get new symptoms they might not have had before, such as muscle weakness and fatigue.
Other information about polio. Last year, there were 0 cases of polio in the United States of America.
Woohoo!
And it's mostly been eradicated around the world. It really shows up. And also, if you have permanent paralysis in your respiratory system, in any of the important parts, you're going to have to be put in the iron lung, even though they don't really use it anymore. Here's a picture of an iron lung facility. Thank you for watching our documentary about poliomyelitis. Click here to see a video of Tony Lee sucking at doing a rainbow.
Andrew, come do the dishes!
I'm coming, father! Oh, you started. Okay.
Wait, shoot.
Okay. Next, you could take some medication. There are anti-inflammatory and
Oh no! Oh.
I said anal.
So dumb.